So a few years ago I made a Lego Famicom and Famicom Disk System, and this is basically the second edition of the Famicom. I didn't bother with the Famicom Disk System because, you know, there's not much I could improve with that, but with this, you know, I think there's some improvements. As you can see, it's wider, or not wider, it's taller, and yeah, there's where the controllers go, but I've improved the controllers greatly. As you can see, this would be the first, and that would be the second. Basically, here's the thing about this. This is supposed to be the start and select buttons, and yes, they should not be this close, because obviously they're not above the A and B buttons, or B and A buttons, in this case. But hey, it also has that, like, little gold part which was on the actual Famicom controller, and of course on the second controller there was a microphone, like, you know, for the games that used it, like Takeshi's Challenge, Atlantis No Nazo, Kid Icarus, Legend of Zelda, and whatever the fuck else used the Famicom microphone. But anyways, this right here is supposed to represent the 2, because if you look on Famicom controllers, it says like 1 and 2. It doesn't say 1 on this because, I don't know, I guess I didn't really bother with it. But that's supposed to represent the 2 that it has on there. Not 2 like, it's not like, you know, like that number 2. It's like just basically 2 lines. B and A, D-pad, and there's the microphone, which this is probably the weakest part of this whole project, is the fucking microphone. Because, obviously it's not this colorful, but this is supposed to represent, you know, the little whole outline whatever that, you know, you would speak to, and this is supposed to be the volume slider. Like, as you can see, the black part represents a part that slides, meaning that the volume is all the way up, whatever the volume really meant on the actual Famicom. And this is supposed to represent the empty spot. Yeah. Also look, colored Lego, because, you know, I don't feel like hunting down a shit ton of white. Yeah, that's the biggest improvement in my opinion of the controllers. I'll give you a bit of a look here. There's that on. Yeah, check that out. Now let's check it out on the other side. Yeah. And also, here's the little port. Yeah, this just comes off. Yeah, that's great. But this is the expansion port, or extension port, whatever it was. But basically, on an actual Famicom, they allowed you to put multiple things in here, like the plug for the 3D glasses system, the light gun, and they also let you put in the special keypad controller for the Famicom network system. Yeah, I'm quite a nerd, aren't I? This is supposed to be the eject thing, but obviously it doesn't slide, so it's kind of like a stationary, you know, 4x1 piece. And here's a cartridge. I know that on the Famicom, Excitebike was a red cartridge, so yeah, let's just say that this is Excitebike, and this is meant to be the flap. One thing that I didn't bother doing is that on my original one I had like vents, which were represented by like what was it, like 6x1 black pieces, but, you know, as you can see, I didn't even bother with that. But yeah, I think this definitely looks better. I made this like a while ago. I don't think I bothered on showing it. But yeah, how many people actually attempt to make a Lego Famicom? Or maybe even like a Lego Dreamcast, or a Lego original Xbox, Lego Sega CD, Lego Game Gear, Lego Saturn? You know, there's all kinds of stuff you could do. But yeah, I think it's pretty nice. On the back, there's nothing. Although, you know, I could have made a port for the RF and stuff, but, you know, let's face it, obviously this is Lego, not a real Famicom, obviously. So, yeah, that's that. What else am I supposed to say? Blue Dreamcast controller. A very nice blue.